First topic we're going to talk about is Nikola Jokic. Went 40 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds with 0 turnovers in overtime Saturday to beat your San Antonio Spurs 136 to 134 and end their 11-game win streak. He's only the fourth player in NBA history to get 40-plus points, 10-plus assists, 5-plus rebounds with 0 turnovers in a single game, joining Larry Bird, Luka, World B. Free. For those of you who don't know, this guy from the 70s and 80s. He's played for the Sixers, Warriors, played for about 5 or 6 teams. He was out of Brooklyn. Actually, I think out of Brownsville. Way back in the day. This when me and you were just pups. You probably weren't even born then. But anyway, Matthew, at what point do we just accept that Joker is doing things that have never been done before?
Hold on, let me write World B. Free's name down so I can use him on the Immaculate Grid sometime this week. But anyway, it's really amazing to me that Jokic has kind of fallen out of the MVP conversation. It became this point where, like, a couple weeks ago, I was telling you, okay, SGA, then Jokic, then it became SGA, then Wemby, then it became SGA, then Wemby, then Luka, then Jokic. And the thing with Jokic, before we get into the game, and I have a lot of thoughts about the game, but you're going to eliminate this guy basically from the MVP competition when his team is pretty bad without him, 1. 2, he's going to be the first player in history to lead the league in rebounds and assists. The first player in history. And that's in addition to what he's giving you points. That's in addition to what he's giving you in leadership. So to think that he's averaging 28 points a game on 57, 38, and 83 isn't the most impressive thing about him. The fact that he's leading the team in a big man stat, rebounds, and in a guard stat, assists. I mean, that's crazy. So, I mean, it's a little ridiculous that he's been kind of eliminated from MVP contention. But as far as the game goes, I watched the whole game, and it was the whole game.
I know you watched it.
The whole game felt like, oh, this is a Spurs victory. This is a team-building exercise. Oh, we're up by 6. Oh, we're up by 10. Oh, we're up by 6. Oh, we're up by 10. Just bouncing the lead up all the way, everything going according to script. And then the last 5 minutes, the team just falls apart. And, you said Jokic had 38 or 40 or however many he had. I don't remember. He had a lot. But it felt like he might have had 20, 25 going into the fourth. It felt like a lot of them were at the very end when he needed them. And the thing about it is that
he outscored the Spurs 16-10 in like the final 14 minutes of the game.
That's what it felt like. Okay, because I was like, when did he start getting these numbers? And the way he was getting them was the most impressive, because everybody's going to remember the shot. And let me go full disclosure, because I was working a boxing match Saturday night, so I held on as long as I could, watching the game as long as I could. So I was already late, and I watched it till the end of regulation. Then I listened to OT on the radio broadcast. So I saw that crazy fadeaway later. I heard about it, but that is one of the best shots you'll ever see. Yeah. But so many of his shots down the stretch were going right at Wemby. Yes. Big bodying Wemby, and then hitting his little baby hook and letting him know, like, hey, young man, you might be the next guy, but I'm still him. Now. I'm still him right now. And the way now we're gonna see, because I think they got the Nuggets again here in a couple of days, and it's gonna be a good barometer of where the Spurs are headed in the playoffs. But Jokic really made a statement by getting some of those buckets down the stretch, going right in Victor's face.
Yeah, and look, what makes this line even wilder, Matthew, is he was playing against the league's best defense right now, right? In overtime. Well, like I say, he personally outscored the Spurs 16-10 in the final 14 minutes. And the 0 turnovers piece is what separates it from just being a great game. And most 40-point games involve gambling on your numbers, right? But Joker was surgical. His assist to turnover ratio this season is already historic, right? And games like this are why advanced models, and when you see all the stats and numbers that they be throwing together and all that, is the reason it keeps spitting out his name as the most valuable player alive even when the narrative or the media just tries to go in a different direction.
Mm-hmm. No, that's absolutely right. And it's amazing to me that he's not considered a more serious MVP candidate. 40, 13, and 8 against the Spurs. The Spurs, who have been whooping everybody, putting BTA to everybody. Yeah. And here comes the Nuggets, and here comes Jokic, down the stretch, just going straight at Wemby. And he wasn't getting a lot from his team. That's one thing I noticed watching the game. And right. I know I'm always harping on this point about how I think they could have used Russ this year and how that would have been mutually beneficial. But right. besides like some really good backup big minutes from Jonas Valanciunas, I noticed how little they were getting from the bench. Then just even some of your young star, you hope future contributors, someone like Christian Brown, who, they've developed really smartly. Even him, he was so streaky during the game, so make or miss, that besides Jamal Murray, it felt like Jokic really had nobody to rely on. I mean, he could rely on Aaron Gordon, but Aaron Gordon's not known to like go out and give you 20, 25 on any given night. But it felt like most of those guys that were 3-and-D, I'm not going to speak on, they weren't 3. They certainly weren't 3 the other night because they were missing so many. The bench was giving you nothing. And in that moment, Jokic said, I'm going to put the team on my back, the whole team on my shoulders. I'm going straight at the defensive player of the year. Well, I mean, that's a prediction. I think Wemby will be defensive player of the year. And then just to end the game, basically, to put the dagger in on that highlight, fadeaway, looping shot over the outstretched arms of Wembanyama. I mean, put that on his trading card next year, man. That was incredible.
Right. And you know what? Because when he made that shot, right, and when Wemby turned around and looked, it was almost like he was deflated. Like how did this guy even make this shot like this? Number one, I got my wingspan stretched out. It's like, and when Joker make those shots, right, dude, it's like a fadeaway, high arc, throw it up, and I don't know how it goes in, Matthew. He's done that a few times that people are like, this is unbelievable. It's like, were you even looking at the basket when you shot this?
He probably wasn't. I mean, that play he might have been, but I've seen him do that a lot. I've seen him do that from 3-pointer. Turned away from the basket, fade away, hit the 3, and then it's what the word you used was deflated, and that's exactly it. Because if you're Wemby, you're saying, I played great defense. You're saying I'm 7'5" with an 8'1" wingspan, or I think 8'1" wingspan. Well, anyway, a very good wingspan, and for him to make a shot like that. That's why he is who he is in the league, because he can give you that late in the game. Even though the Nuggets were getting dominated most of the game, not thoroughly dominated, but it hovered from about 6 points to 12 points basically for the entirety of the game. And for Jokic just to say, I'm going to put the team on my back, forget all this other stuff. I mean, it was pretty incredible. And maybe, I don't think it got him back in the MVP conversation, but maybe narrowed the gap a little